One of the most famous characteristics of Koreans on the internet is that they prefer not to sit on sofas, even if they have them. Koreans instead sit on the ground, using the sofa as a cushion. When asked about this behavior, Koreans often say that it is more comfortable. Korea is the only country where sofas don't serve their intended function. So, why do Koreans prefer sitting on the ground? This preference is actually related to their innate traditional culture known as Ondol. The word Ondol originated from gudul, which means baked stone. Ondol refers to the traditional Korean floor heating system, where a fire is lit in a fireplace called a hanok, and the heat passes through the first stone used for floor heating. Unlike in other countries where the heat rises into the air, heating the entire room, this method warms the floor. It is different from using a fireplace or radiator, which directly heat the surroundings. However, this method has a downside. The area near the fireplace is warm, but the rest of the room remains cold. In Western countries, they use carpets or wear shoes indoors to combat this issue. However, in Korea, using carpets or shoes is pointless because the ground itself is warm. This unique heating system is called Ondol. Nowadays, Koreans have modernized Ondol by using hot water pipes or underfloor heating systems. The Ondol culture has a significant impact on Korean society as a whole. It explains why there are many broths in Korean cuisine, and why Koreans cannot survive winter without electric heating pads. It also contributes to Korea being known as a country of courteous people in the East. Therefore, we can learn from the Ondol culture. The exact usage period of Ondol is a subject of controversy these days. However, by observing the man sitting in a lotus position with shoes off in the ancient capital cities of Jilin and the tombs of the Goguryeo kingdom from the 5th century, we can deduce that Koreans have been using Ondol for 1500 years. Ondol became widespread in the 17th century, especially among the Yangbin class, who favored it for its comfort. The Ondol's ability to keep the ground warm and moist in freezing winters played a significant role in its popularity. Ondol has also influenced the dietary habits of Koreans. Its function goes beyond heating. It is also used for cooking. Unlike other Asian cuisines, Korean food culture is based on broths called tang and gak, which are simmered for a long time. Koreans utilize the heat from the Ondol to cook, resulting in dishes that are slow cooked and consumed at a leisurely pace, rather than quickly boiled over a high flame. Koreans even feed cattle a gruel made from beans and straw, similar to the practice of consuming scorched rice water after a meal. While other countries have soup similar to guk, Korea is the only country where rice is added to the water, which is a direct effect of the Ondol culture. Ondol has played a significant role in shaping Korean identity. We can find the reason behind Korea's nickname, the country of courteous people, in the ease in the concept of Ondol. Unlike in the Western culture, where rooms typically have designated functions like a living room, kitchen, or bedroom, Ondol allows for great flexibility in room usage. For example, if guests were to visit, the Ondol room could easily transform into a guest room. Generally, the Ondol room serves as a space for communal activities such as eating together or as a sleeping area. This adaptability has led Koreans to establish their own set of rules centered around mutual respect and community. These rules include ensuring warmth for the elderly during freezing winters and entering each other's homes with care. It is evident that Koreans have become accustomed to a sedentary lifestyle due to Ondol. There is a funny anecdote related to this cultural practice. Park Jong-yang, the first ambassador of the United States, used to sleep on the ground instead of a bed while working at the Ambassador Hotel in Washington, D.C. He even instructed the staff to remove the bed if guests were to visit, as Koreans traditionally take away the bedding after waking up. Park Jong-yang considered the bed to be part of the bedding, highlighting how Koreans have long been accustomed to living close to the ground. However, at one point, Ondol came close to disappearing. During the Japanese colonial period, Japan propagated the idea of the Ondol national peril logic, claiming that Ondol was responsible for deforestation and the decline of Joseon due to its draining of energy. In fact, Japan enforced the removal of all Ondol, asserting that it was detrimental to health. This was part of Japan's systematic effort to eradicate Korean traditional practices and suppress Korean identity during the colonial period. Nevertheless, Ondol managed to survive. It remained a fundamental aspect of Korean housing culture until the late 1970s. However, with the rise of westernization and the construction of mass apartments since the 1980s, traditional Ondol gradually disappeared. Nevertheless, Koreans continue to utilize Ondol, albeit in a modified form. Instead of the traditional system, they now use boiler heating or planar surface heaters to warm the floor, although the appearance may differ. The function remains the same as Ondol. Electric heating pads also serve a similar purpose. Koreans cannot imagine life without these electric pads and often bring them along when traveling abroad. When feeling unwell or tired, Koreans still lie flat on a heated floor or use an electric pad.